All right, we promised you a Coast Guard Bears update in every one of our shows this season, and we're keeping that promise. Here with me now is winning Coast Guard Bears head coach C.C. Grant. Coach, I got to tell you, the headlines for this lend themselves to a little bit on the comical side. Coach wins first game in 2 years. Coast Guard Bears come back, to finally make it to 50-50 or 500 after a year-long struggle. Something like that. I'm just curious, have you seen any headlines that play off the fact that you only got that one game last year? And how do you feel about this victory?
No, not so much about the headlines. I mean, I don't really go searching for them or looking for it. As a matter of fact, before we start the interview, I just picked up the local paper, just looking at the picture on the front of the sports page. This is the first time I saw it. So feel good about the victory. One of the things I impressed upon our guys was that, how young we were. And I think I had everyone who had started a full season of college football on Friday stand up and had the guys take a knee. And I had two guys stand up. And I said, the key to us winning this game is that we're going to make a lot of mistakes and that we're going to have to be able to play through and compensate for those mistakes that we made. And we were actually able to do that.
Yeah, well, I don't know how much you want to spend time focusing on the mistakes one way or the other. What I am curious about, though, is, what do you make of your team after this first game? You come out 16-0 shutouts. You had some nice moments. Talk to me a little bit about the game. What stood out to you?
Yeah, we did. Probably, anytime you shut anybody out, especially in modern day football, the first thing you look at is how well your defense played. With the way we practice, I thought we tackled extremely well. We didn't miss. First of all, we didn't miss a lot of tackles. Guys were running, hustling to the ball. We made plays when there were plays to be made. Early on, we got the field and third downs. So those things stuck out. The other thing was, when you start a new quarterback, especially under these circumstances where the kid didn't really get to play at all last year. He didn't play as a freshman. He was in prep school for a year. So basically, it's been 3 years since he started a football game. But for him to go 19 for 30, to get a touchdown, he ran for another one. You got to kind of tip your hat to him and say, what, he's going to get better. But the way he played on Saturday was more than I would say it was more than good. Because there's a lot of things that could have went better, but there's a lot of things that could have went a lot worse too. So for him to have his first start and to play the way he did, I thought that looked very well for us. He did very well for us.
Yeah, very nice. What are we working on this week? Talk to me a little bit about kind of where your focus is now and set up your game against the Curry Colonels.
Well, once you look at the tape, you realize, one of the things, even when you win, you realize that not only good things that you did, but those areas that you're lacking a little bit. So we're just going to clean up our checks, some of those type of things. I think offensively, maybe go in with a little bit of different game plan as far as, we had this much on a game plan. Let's shrink it down a little bit because you realize now the actual plays that you called versus everything that was on your call sheet. So you'll do that defensively. Like I said, you'll clean up some of the mistakes that you made on the field on Saturday, and you just move from there. As far as Curry goes, they're a big physical ball team. We have a history with them. We used to scrimmage them. Then back in 2006, 2007, we played them for the title for NCAA berth. We lost both games by a total of 10 points. And we played them off and on over the last couple of years, over the last few years. So we know they're a tough, physical bunch of kids. They'll be prepared to play, and it'll be a 60-minute ball game.
Very nice. Anything special we should be watching this coming weekend?
I would say, to me, the big thing is, what steps do we take to improve? Especially from the quarterback standpoint. Does he hit some of those reads that maybe he missed on Saturday? Do we prolong? Maybe have a drive or two that's prolonged, like the one we had in the third quarter this past week, those type of things. And defensively, do you maintain the intensity? Do you tackle as well? Do guys do their job as well as they did last week? And when we get a chance to make a play, do we have the ability to come through and make those plays?
Well, congratulations on your first career win as head coach at the Coast Guard Bears. Absolutely a pleasure talking to you. Can't wait to catch up with you next week and see how things are going. Thanks, Coach Grant.
Thank you for having me, Grant. Appreciate it.